evening. It's 6 o'clock. It's Saturday and it's our weekly news programme. Good evening and welcome. And in the news this week, Dorset Museum and Art Gallery is celebrating a momentous achievement after securing two prestigious accolades at the 12th Dorset Tourism Awards, held at the Marsham Court Hotel in Bournemouth this week on the 6th of February. The museum was honoured to receive the Gold for International Tourism Award and Gold for Large Visitor Attraction of the Year, solidifying its position as a leading cultural and heritage destination. In addition, Dorset Museum and Art Gallery was commended in the Business Event of the Year category, recognising its growing reputation for providing exceptional venue hire and corporate event experiences. In the last couple of years, the museum has gone from strength to strength. Its expansive exhibitions, educational programmes and cultural events continue to attract visitors from across the UK and beyond. The Executive Director from the museum, Claire Dixon, said, "We are thrilled to receive these awards, which are a testament to the hard work, passion and dedication of our incredible staff and volunteers. We take immense pride in preserving and sharing Dorset's rich history and heritage, and it's wonderful to see our efforts recognised on such a prestigious platform." The Dorset Tourism Awards celebrate excellence across the county's tourism sector, showcasing the best visitor attractions, hospitality businesses and cultural institutions. Winning these awards underscores Dorset Museum and Art Gallery's continued commitment to delivering exceptional visitor experiences and world-class exhibitions. So well done to them. Now, the government has confirmed that Wessex has not been included within the devolution priority programme. The four councils of Wessex submitted a comprehensive proposal outlining the transformative benefits devolution could bring, including greater local control over key areas such as transport, housing and economic development. In a joint statement, the leaders of Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole, Dorset, Somerset and Wiltshire councils said, "Despite the fact that we felt government were moving too quickly to deliver devolution and our discussions about the format of mayoral strategic authority as the most appropriate solution for our region, we worked collaboratively with ministers throughout to deliver a strong proposal. Therefore, the decision not to include Wessex within the devolution priority programme is extremely disappointing. We feel that Wessex proposal aligned with the aims of the White Paper, encompassing a population of approximately 1.9 million, with the region well placed to support the government's growth priorities, particularly in clean energy, defence, digital technologies, life sciences and tourism. The area could now miss out on essential funding, and combined with the likely defunding of pan-regional partnerships and the substantial reduction in the UK Shared Prosperity Fund, the fact that this will now be delayed when we are ready to go is deeply regrettable." The family of a man who died following a reported assault in Weymouth have issued a heartfelt tribute to their loved one. Anthony Jacob, known to his family as Tony and to many of his friends as Jake, died after sustaining injuries in an incident in Abbotsbury Road on the evening of Tuesday the 10th of December. It was reported that the 75-year-old was assaulted and very sadly he subsequently died in hospital on Thursday the 19th of December. Tony's family have issued the following tribute. "As a family, we are devastated at the loss of our dad, Tony Jacob. His life was tragically lost too soon and has left his family and friends heartbroken. He was a beloved dad, granddad and brother. His sudden passing has left a void in our lives that can never be filled. Our hearts are shattered and our only comfort is the memories we have. He was well known and highly respected in the town where he lived all his life, and his kindness left a mark on all who had the privilege of knowing him. The community and his many friends have been left in shock and sadness at his passing." Following inquiries into the death led by detectives from Dorset Police's Major Crime Investigation Team, 19-year-old Jake Saunders was arrested and subsequently charged in connection with the death. He has been remanded in custody and is next due to appear at Bournemouth Crown Court on the 7th of March. A teenager has been arrested following investigation work by officers into a report that a teenage boy was assaulted in Weymouth. Between 8:15pm and 8:45pm on Saturday the 11th of January, Dorset Police received a report that a 16-year-old boy had been assaulted on the Esplanade at the end of St Mary Street. The victim was with three friends when a black car stopped at the end of St Mary Street and the occupants spoke to the group and asked the victim about his sexual orientation. It is reported that after the victim responded, one of the occupants got out of the vehicle and assaulted the victim by headbutting him. Following inquiries by officers, a 16-year-old boy from Somerset was arrested on suspicion of racially or religiously aggravated assault, occasioning actual bodily harm. Police Constable Charlie Frost of Weymouth Police said, "We have made significant developments in this investigation and can now update that we have made an arrest. During our inquiries, we have identified someone who we believe may be a key witness to the incident. She was standing outside the William Henry in Frederick Place and has long brown hair and was using a crutch. I'm appealing to her to please get in touch as we believe she may have important information to assist our inquiries." If you are that person, or you know that person, or you have any other information in relation to this incident or any other incidents, please contact Dorset Police by calling 101. And if you wish to give information anonymously, you can do this via the Crime Stoppers charity by calling 0800 555 111. Now, the coroner for Dorset is seeking the assistance of the public to find the next of kin of a man who lived in Dorchester. Philip Ian Kuszkarski was 67 years old and died at his home address in Colleton Street on Saturday the 1st of February. His death is not being treated as suspicious and there is no police investigation. Coroner's Officer Tracy Jean said, "We are not treating the death as suspicious. However, we have not been able to locate his next of kin. If any member of the public has any knowledge of his family members or next of kin, can they please contact the Coroner's Office on 01202 123 900. That's 01202 123 900. And that's anybody who knows anything about Philip Ian Kuszkarski, 67, from Colleton Street in Dorchester. Dorset Police and Crime Panel have approved plans to increase the amount of money residents in the county pay for their policing service. When residents receive their council tax bill for the year, they will be paying an extra £14 a year or £1.17 a month if they live in a Band D property. The agreement from the panel to increase precept this year comes after an online survey was held with the public. In total, 1,966 people responded, and of those, 76% agreed that Dorset Police requires additional funding, with 55% of the total respondents saying they would pay more. The precept survey ran for 6 weeks from December the 17th to January the 29th. Dorset Police and Crime Commissioner David Siddick said, "I want to thank everyone who responded to this year's survey and shared their thoughts on police funding and the precept. Asking the people of Dorset to contribute more towards policing our county is something I do not take lightly. I share your frustrations and vow to continue the fight lobbying government relentlessly for a fairer funding deal to ensure our county has the police force they need and deserve." Now, staying with precepts, Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue has approved a budget of £76.4 million for the financial year 25-26. At its meeting on the 6th of February, the authority agreed to increase its share of the council tax by £5 or 5.75% for properties in Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole, Dorset, Swindon and Wiltshire. This results in an annual fire precept for Band D properties of £91.95 for the fire and rescue service, starting from the 1st of April. Chief Fire Officer Andy Cole said, "Balancing the budget for 25-26 has been challenging. Despite a strong track record of finding savings and demonstrating high levels of value for money, future funding remains a concern for the service. Even with the £5 precept flexibility offered to all fire and rescue services, we will need to keep working on our resourcing and savings programme to make sure we continue serving the communities of Bournemouth, Christchurch, Poole, Dorset, Swindon and Wiltshire in the best way possible." The Mayor of Weymouth was with local school children on Thursday this week to praise them for suggesting a new message is read out when the town bridge lifts up, which temporarily splits the road in two. Councillor John Orrell, Weymouth's mayor, met some of the children from Holy Trinity School in Weymouth on the town bridge, along with councillors from Dorset Council and Weymouth Town Council. He wanted to congratulate some of the town's younger population after they requested the announcement is amended so that, as well as the usual safety message, drivers are also requested to turn off their engines while waiting. Keen to help, the mayor raised the idea with Weymouth Harbour Master, and working in partnership with Dorset Council, they were delighted to inform the children that the new announcement is in operation. Councillor Orell said, when the school approached me with a suggestion from children about the addition to the Towns Bridge announcement, I was delighted to help, and it was great to be able to work in partnership with Dorset Council to add a message to drivers to turn off their engines while waiting either side of the bridge. We hope drivers will listen to the message and take the action for the benefit of the environment in this picturesque part of the seaside town. We seem to have some messages popping up. Don't know what's happening there. Hopefully it's not affecting things going out to you this evening. Now, Dorset Council is on a mission to expand the county's electric vehicle charging network and is calling on the public to help decide where to install the next batch of chargers. With the number of electric vehicles on the rise, it's important that Dorset communities are equipped to support growing demand from residents and visitors alike. The council has secured government funding to provide extra charging facilities across the county to make sure every resident has access to public charging no matter where they live. This will be particularly important for homes and flats that don't have off-street parking or dedicated spots to charge vehicles. Martinstown, Wool, Maid, Newton, Cerne Abbas and West Moors are just some of the towns and villages that have already benefited from the scheme. And now the council is looking for more sites. Charge points can be installed on or near the highway, at community spaces like village halls, or on private land such as pub car parks. New locations for public charge points can be suggested by going to the Dorset Council webpage or by emailing charging ahead at dorsetcouncil.gov.uk. Charging ahead at dorsetcouncil.gov.uk. Now, art lovers across the world are being invited to choose their favourite UK railway-themed artworks as part of this year's celebration of 200 years of the modern railway. In a unique partnership between art education charity Art UK and the Railway 200 campaign, people have until midnight on the 11th of April to pick their top 3 artworks from a long list of 200, which has been compiled by Art UK and its museum partners. The artworks have been chosen from 94 public collections across England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, and include works dating back from the 1830s through to the 21st century. Alan Hyde from Railway 200 said, the railway has shaped our cultural landscape and long inspired artists down the ages, and it continues to be a source of inspiration. We hope that in the rail's bicentenary year, more people will appreciate the cultural contribution of the railway and travel by train to enjoy at first hand the amazing work of talented artists who have enriched our lives. We're delighted to team up with Art UK to showcase the best railway-inspired art and engage with a wide range of art and rail lovers. Now, the 20 most popular artworks chosen by the public will be announced on World Art Day, which is the 15th of April, and will then form an online exhibition on the Art UK website through to the 31st of December. Art lovers will then be able to vote again for an outright winner from the top 20. The world's favourite UK railway art will be announced on the 9th of June, the birthday of the rail pioneer George Stephenson. Anyone can register to vote for their 3 favourite artworks by visiting railway200.artuk.org. So railway200.artuk.org. Now, anyone across the world can take part in this and vote for their favourite 3 pieces of railway artwork from the 200 on display. And I will certainly be popping along to that website and having a look and putting my votes forward. Now, linking public sector projects and teams to the service has helped Help and Kindness provide more connections to support residents and communities across the county. Help and Kindness has received more than 5,000 inquiries across a staggering number of themes, from finding people to help with household tasks and care needs, to putting people in touch with common interests in wild swimming, gardening or even model trains. Part of Dorset Council's commission through Help and Kindness is the Community Connectors Hub, which has been developed by Adult Social Services to bring together frontline teams with community connections on the ground. Launched as a pilot in Weymouth and Portland at the end of 2023, the scheme has had nearly 400 inquiries and now has 400 people involved. The most common information requests have been around social activities, such as asking for support for elderly and disabled individuals, information about community activities and events, volunteering and transport, domestic support, including emergency and nighttime support, and technical and online support with things like online banking, grants and free services, financial help with bills, mobility equipment, food and pet supplies, cleaning services including decluttering homes and laundry services, and food bank and delivery services such as requests for hot meal deliveries, food shopping and nutritional support for vulnerable people. Other questions have covered gardening, care home provider information, animal rehousing and support, and where to find technology-enabled care. Now, if you want more information on the work of Help and Kindness in Dorset or need some help, pop along to their website. Now, I have to say there's a wealth of information on their website, and it really is a central hub for information if you need help or support with anything. So it's always a good starting point for anybody needing any help with anything. And of course, if you want to volunteer to help others. And the website is www.helpandkindness.co.uk. That's www.helpandkindness.co.uk. And there is a phone number, 01305 595958. 01305 595958. Now, celebrations to mark the 80th anniversary of VE Day in Weymouth are taking shape, and Weymouth Town Council has launched a grant scheme for local groups to run their own events. These activities will complement the council's confirmed events which take place on the 8th, between the 8th and 10th of May, and include a beacon lighting, a flag raising ceremony and a music concert on the beach. To honour this shared moment of celebration, the Council's Environment and Services Committee have agreed £3,500 worth of funding to be made available for grants for community and voluntary groups to put on VE Day themed events. Each group can apply for up to £350 towards cost of their activity, including food and refreshments, decorations, entertainment, equipment and materials, displays and educational activities, venue hire or insurance. Grants can only be used for events and activities to commemorate the 80th anniversary of VE Day between Wednesday the 30th of April and Wednesday the 21st of May. Now, for all the details of how to apply, including submitting an online form, visit the Weymouth Town Council website, and the deadline to apply is Wednesday the 9th of April at 5 p.m. And Weymouth Town Council will be holding a flag-raising event on Thursday the 8th of May, VE Day beacon lighting at 9:30 p.m. at the Jubilee Clock, and on Saturday the 10th of May a live music concert will be held on the beach. Now, this half-term, you can head down to Durlston Country Park over near Swanage for events for all the family. Durlston's tremendous tree trail will be running daily throughout the school break, and during the week there are lots of workshops and activities to get involved in. From Wednesday the 12th to Wednesday the 26th of February, the Tremendous Trees Activity Trail will take families on a trip around the woodland to learn about what makes Durlston so tremendous. The trail packs are £3.50 with a prize at the end, a great way to make February walk more exciting. During the week, there will also be some workshops and activities such as glass engraving, drawing in pencil and pen workshops, Wild Wednesdays, drop-in craft and activities opportunities. For more information, for prices and a book online, and look at other up-and-coming events at Durlston, pop along to their website at www.durlston.co.uk, www.durlston.co.uk. In fact, there was a picture that you should have had with that. There's the picture. Somebody having some fun on a walk at Durlston Park there. And finally, in our headlines tonight, Weymouth Town Council is giving advance notice about annual works on Weymouth Beach, which take place between Monday the 10th and Thursday the 13th of February. The beach will be closed between the Pavilion Theatre and the Jubilee Clock from 8 a.m. on Monday through till 7 p.m. on Thursday, which is to allow the beach levelling works to take place. Entry and exit points from the beach will be barriered off to allow for safe working practices and to protect members of the public while the heavy machinery is in operation on the beach. Councillor Matt Bell said the annual work is scheduled for February to help get the beach level ahead of the town's busy season. Over the winter, bad weather and high tides move the sand around, so its vital work helps the beach recover and ensure it's ready for the arrival of the seasonal tenants, including the kiosks, attraction sites and heritage attractions. Signs to inform the public about the closure will be put up at the access points along the beach. And that's the end of our news headlines this week. It's now time in this week's programme to go over to Andrew Wright for this week's film review and preview.
Welcome to White Rouges TV film review and preview. I'm Andrew Wright. This weekend, the action comedy film Love Hurts arrives in cinemas from the producers of Nobody and Violent Night. Love Hurts stars Ke Huy Quan as a successful realtor whose past as a violent hitman comes back to haunt him when he learns his brother is hunting him. The film also stars Ariana DeBose, Marshawn Lynch, and Sean Astin, which makes this a Goonies reunion 40 years on, because Ke Huy Quan and Sean Astin starred in the Goonies together. There's no reviews available for it at the time of writing, which is pretty typical. But I recommend going to see it because it's only 83 minutes long and it looks pretty fun. So, Love Hurts is in cinemas now. This week, Venom: The Last Dance arrived on home video. The film is the 5th film in Sony's Spider-Man universe and is a sequel to 2021's Venom: Let There Be Carnage. The film stars Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, a disgraced investigative journalist who is the host of the alien symbiote Venom. The film also stars Chiwetel Ejiofor and Juno Temple. The film revolves around Eddie and Venom going on the run after the events of Let There Be Carnage, for which they were accused of murdering a San Francisco police detective. And they find them, and there's a bit where it's about, because at the end of Let There Be Carnage, Eddie is transported over to Earth 616 by Doctor Strange's spell, so it ties into the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, which Tom Hardy cameos, and there's a whole thing about that at the start of this film. But yeah, Eddie and Venom find themselves hunted not only by the US government, who want to capture and study Venom, but also by creatures, xenophages, sent by the symbiote creator Null. So I watched this film for the first time this week, and despite this being the weakest film in the Venom trilogy and having lackluster reviews and actually a little bit of a shaky script, this is actually a really enjoyable watch, with Tom Hardy putting in a great performance with great action sequences. Because it's a first-time director who's directed this film, and that's actually pretty impressive. And the dynamic between Eddie and Venom continues to be a strong highlight of the series, because Tom Hardy also voices Venom. So, and just the characters have really good dynamic that you've seen from the first two films. I gave the film 4 stars out of 5. I know, a bit controversial, considering critics didn't exactly like it, but hey ho. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week where I will be previewing Captain America: Brave New World. Now back to Gary in the studio.
Thank you very much, Andrew, and we'll be back with Andrew next week. It's now time on Saturday evening for us to go over to the Met Office for the Saturday evening weather forecast, and this week we are joined by Jonathan Vaultry.
Hello there, very good evening to you. If it feels like we're in a fairly stagnant weather pattern, it's well, because we are. There is an area of high pressure across northern Europe that is essentially acting as a blocking system, and it's not allowing these smaller areas of low pressure to move much further than the UK. So into this evening and overnight, we are going to see further outbreaks of rain and drizzle, particularly across England and Wales, a few showers for eastern Scotland as well. As the system slowly moves northwards, there will be some clearer spells emerging across the very far south, and also we will hold on to clear skies across northwestern Scotland as well. Underneath those starry scenes, though, temperatures are certainly set to drop as low as -7 or -8 degrees Celsius in the most sheltered rural spots of Scotland. This will be accompanied by some freezing fog patches, maybe also some icy stretches around where surfaces are left untreated and are still wet from some of these showers and rain outbreaks that are still lingering around. Despite the very cold start to Sunday across the far north and south, it is here where we're going to see the best of the sunshine to kick off the day, particularly across the Highlands out towards the Outer Hebrides and parts of Argyll and Bute. It is going to be another very fine and pleasant day here with sunshine right throughout. Generally further south, the cloud will tend to build throughout the day. It's going to be western areas of Wales down towards Cornwall and the Outer Scilly that holds on to the best of the sunshine here as further outbreaks of rain move into the southeast. Temperatures underneath that cloud around 6 to 7 degrees Celsius, but we are now starting to see the easterly wind pick up once again. That is going to start making it feel colder. And this easterly wind is going to be in play as we move into the start of the new working week, with that blocking area of high pressure still in charge across Scandinavia. So cold air already in play, but we now have to add a wind chill factor on top of that. So it is going to be feeling quite bitter in places on Monday. Wind coming in off the North Sea is providing plenty of moisture to produce even more cloud. Further showers moving in, they'll be wintry over the higher grounds as well. It's always going to be out towards the north and west of Scotland that holds on to the best of the sunshine. Some other areas in the west might see some glimmers of brightness around at times. Temperatures are really starting to struggle, 5-6 degrees Celsius as our top temperatures. But again, we've got to factor in that wind strength that's really now picking up, and it's going to feel more like freezing for the vast majority of us on Monday. So certainly it will be one to be wrapping up warm if you are heading outside. Will that blocking area of high pressure ever clear away? Well, we'll have plenty more updates on what you can expect during the forthcoming week across all of our social media channels as well as on YouTube, so do subscribe for those. And we'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much there, Jonathan, for the weekend weather. And let's see what it's telling us is going to happen this week. Well, it's certainly a bit cooler, and that wind chill today, it's a bit sort of damp and cold. And certainly I went out this morning, decided to come back in, and haven't been far the rest of the day. But it's going to be dull, it's going to be cold this week. But let's hope it doesn't get too cold and it doesn't freeze. Okay, moving to our What's On this weekend. We've got, coming up at Weymouth Pavilion, 12th of February, Shakespeare by the Sea. 13th and 14th of February, comedian John Bishop. 16th of February, Beyond the Barricade. 20th of February, Jurassic Earth Best Live Dinosaur Show. 23rd of February, Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club. 28th of February, Country Roads, one night of country classics. And on the 1st of March, a double bill, Alistair McGowan and Jasper Carrott. So impersonations and a comedy. That sounds a real good pairing up there, Alistair McGowan and Jasper Carrott. So if you like that sort of thing, pop along to the Weymouth Pavilion website, weymouthpavilion.com, or give the box office a ring, 01305 783 225. Now, coming up at the Knowth Fort, World War II week is week after next, 15th to the 23rd of February, 10:30 to 4 o'clock daily. Science Weekend on the 8th and 9th of March. Victorian Children's Weekend, 22nd and 23rd of March. And Hidden Secrets of the Cold War Bunker. Also, the bunker is open again on the 22nd of March. Now, the Knowth Fort have got lots of events up now for into the rest of the year. They've been closed for their winter season, but they'll be opening up in the next week. So pop along to their website, knowthfort.co.uk, artsreach.org.uk to see what's coming up this year at the Knowth Fort. Looking now to Arts Reach, 14th of February, Last Dance Saloon at Portsham Village Hall. 18th of February, Wonderful World at the Mowlam Theatre, Swanage. 27th of February, Music for Cows at Shipton Gorge. 8th of March, The Ghost of a Smile at Powerstock Hut. Those are just some in our part of Dorset. There are tons of shows and activities on Arts Reach website across the whole of Dorset. Do pop along to artsreach.co.uk for information on the ones I've mentioned, to book tickets or to see what else is going on. Now, I did mention last week, and I'll mention it again now, talk on detection dogs by the Medical Detection Dogs charity will be held at Dorchester Community Church at Liscombe Street on Poundbury this coming Monday, the 10th of February at 2 p.m. Tickets are £3. You can book them on 01305 832 857. That's 01305 832 857. And if you go along, you'll learn how the dogs are trained to detect odour of human disease for faster diagnosis. So when we get disease and illness, we give off different smells that perhaps humans don't detect, but dogs can actually detect it and give early warning of a disease diagnosis. So there we go, exciting stuff. Now, church services this weekend. 8 o'clock communion at All Saints Church Wyke, 9:30 communion at All Saints Church Wyke, and 11 o'clock at St Edmund's Lane House. Now, that brings us to the end of our programme tonight. Just to remind you that you can send us your news and events information to our email address, news@whitecareers.tv. We always love to hear from you, things that are coming up and things that we can share with the community. If you're not doing anything this evening, in about three-quarters of an hour's time, we've got our Saturday evening quiz, as ever. That is free, it's family friendly, and it's there for the whole community. All are welcome to join us. The streams will go up about 7:15 or 7:20 with the quiz starting at 7:30. It's all for fun. If you're on your own on a Saturday evening, or you're in as a family and not wanting to watch the TV, and you fancy popping along to our quiz, we would love you to join us. Other than that, it leaves me just to say good night. Hope you have a good weekend, a good week ahead, and I'll be back with you next Saturday at 6 o'clock. Good night.